I just want to say that anybody who worships on this day right now does not have the mark of the beast. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when it becomes a law, a decree will be passed that no one can worship on any other day except Sunday. When that is passed, that will be the mark of the beast. Why does the Christian world keep Sunday? Sunday, so called because this day was anciently dedicated to the sun or its worship. Webster's International Dictionary, 19th edition. Sunday, dies solis, if I'm saying that correctly, of the Roman calendar, day of the sun, being dedicated to the sun, the first day of the week. Not the last day, not the seventh day that he rested on, but the first. And it's Shaf Herza, Encyclopedia Sunday. John Eddy, DD, a Bible Encyclopedia, page 561. Sabbath, a Hebrew word signifying rest. Sunday was a name given by the heathens to the first day of the week because it was the day on which they worshiped the sun. This is plain as day. And by the way, anybody that tries to say, oh, Saturday is for Saturnalia, you clearly don't believe that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. So His day, His law was there before any Saturnalia, any moon god, any sun god, any Lucifer, Satan, me, you, whatever situation may be. His law was there. And within His law is the fourth commandment, which says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the Sabbath day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is with them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. That's what He says, plain as day. And we have to understand what the word blessed and hallow mean. Let me look at the definition real quick. Hallow, honor as holy, make holy, consecrate. Now it says in the Bible, hallow means to make something holy or set it apart for a special purpose. Now look here, the Bible throughout the Old and New Testament says that the God of the Bible never changes. He's the same as yesterday and today. So if He is the same as yesterday and today and He doesn't change, He's not going to change His character, and He's not going to change anything that deals with the law. So we must understand that the law is set apart. His holy day is set apart. And nobody can change that. He's not going to change that because it's not within Him to do that. You're asking Him to do something that's not even within His own will. He doesn't change. So therefore, He's not going to change His law for you or anybody for that matter. Me, no one. Nor is He going to change His rest day. Because like I said, it is set apart and it's for a special purpose. It can also mean to consecrate, sanctify, or dedicate something. The word hallow comes from the Hebrew word kodesh, which means separation or setting apart. He has separated His day. It's distinct. It is a mark, a distinctive mark. Here are some examples of hallow in the Bible. Gifts. In Exodus 28:38, the gifts that Israel dedicated to God are described as hallowed. Jubilee year. In Leviticus 25:10, the Jubilee year is described as hallowed. Aaron's sons, in Exodus 29:1, Aaron's sons are consecrated as priests, which is described as hallowing them. God's name, in Matthew 6:9 and Luke 11:2, God's name is described as hallowed. This means that God's name is the sacred realm and deserves special reverence. But as you can see at the bottom where it says times, it says the Sabbath day is described as hallowed in Jeremiah. Let's look up the definition of blessed, and it says this: made holy, consecrated. This is what it says in Daniel 7:25, people. And he shall speak words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and shall plot to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and 1/2 time. What I want us to get at is that this little horn is going to think to change God's times and laws. Let's see if the Roman Catholic Church fulfills that. All right, so I have this chart with the Catholic version of the Ten Commandments, the Protestant version of the Ten Commandments, then also we have the Jewish version of the Ten Commandments. And let's see if they're all in sync or is one off, or maybe two. We'll see. The first commandment of the Jewish one says, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of slavery in Egypt. Let's read the Protestant one. You should not have no other gods before me. Let's look at the Catholic one. I am the Lord your God, and you should not have strange gods before me. It's accurate. Let's go back to the Jewish one, to the second one. You shall have no other gods but me. The Protestant one. You should not make unto you any graven images. The same thing. Let's go to the Catholic one. You should not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Okay, it's not the same as 2. Let's continue real quick. Maybe they just put it on the bottom one or something like that. 3 of the Jewish one. You should not misuse the name of the Lord your God. 3 of the Protestant. You should not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. 3. Remember to keep the Holy Lord's Day. Okay, it's not the same. All right, let's go to 4. You should remember and keep the Sabbath day holy. Protestant, you should remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. 4 of the Catholic, honor your father and your mother. Dang, the Catholic Church is kind of a little bit ahead. And the Jewish one, they was the first ones. The Jewish one, the 5, honor your father and mother. Protestant, honor your mother and father. Catholic, you shall not kill. Jewish one, 6, you shall not murder. Protestant, you shall not murder. 6 of the Catholic, you shall not commit adultery. All right, let's go to the Jewish one. 7 of the Jewish, you shall not commit adultery. Protestant, you shall not commit adultery. Catholic, you shall not steal. Jewish of the 8th, you shall not steal. Protestant, you shall not steal. Catholic, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. All right, now let's see if the Catholic Church corrected their mistake earlier, because remember, they took out the second commandment. Because remember, it says in the Catholic, you shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Protestant, you shall not make unto you any graven images. Jewish, you should not have no other gods but me. So as we can see, commandment 2 is missing, and we have not seen that yet pop up in the Catholic one. And there are only 2 left. All right, let's see if they corrected themselves. Jewish, the 9th, you should not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Protestant, you should not bear false witness. Catholic, you should not covet your neighbor's wife. Okay, we got 1 more left. Let's see if they did it, people. Jewish, you shall not covet. Protestant, you shall not covet anything that belongs to your neighbor. Catholic, you should not covet your neighbor's something. All right, so the Catholic Church did not put the second commandment in its rightful place, whether it's here or anywhere on this list. It was taken away because, as you can see, the 9th and the 10th are the same. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife. You shall not covet your neighbor's something over here. I can't see because of that. They took the second commandment and made it into 2, so that way they could still have the 10 commandments. And then that way they can get away with taking away this. So that's how you get your Hail Mary of the statue there. That's how you get your Saint Peter, your Saint Paul, your Saint John this, your Saint that. Because they took away that right there. And from the Bible standpoint, that is changing God's law. Like in Daniel 7:25. By the way, then also the Catholic Church changed the feast days. So that is changing God's times. Decreto, they translate, the Pope has power to change times, to abrogate laws, and to dispense with all things, even the precepts of Christ. This will forever be their nail in the coffin. Catholic record. Sunday is our mark of authority. The church is a